In this video, we're going to take a look at a special type of list within the Reminders app, and that is the Groceries list. With the grocery list, what we're able to do is not only add different items for our grocery list, pretty simple there, right? But what it'll also do is automatically add them to various sections. You add oranges, it'll put it into the produce section. You add milk, it'll put it into the dairy section. You add steak, it'll put it into the meat section. Now, before we get started, if you like what you see here, stick around to the end. I'll tell you a little bit more about myself and how you can help support my efforts in creating these videos. All right, let's take a look at this grocery list in the Reminders app. Let's go over to my iPhone. So as I mentioned, this is all done in the Reminders app. So let's go ahead and open up the Reminders app. First thing that we need to do is we need to add a new list. We're going to create a grocery list. So now what I do is I just tap on Add List. When I tap on Add List, I go and name it. So we're just going to call this Groceries. Just type it in there. And then you're going to see here that we have a list type. And basically what we have is three different list types within the Reminders app. We have Standard, which is just a standard list where we can go and add items to that list. We also have a Smart List where we can go and add our own filters. I have a separate video on that with more advanced features within the Reminders app. And then we have Groceries. This is the one that we're going to be taking a look at in this video. So let's go ahead and tap on Groceries. It may be called something else in other countries. I'm in the United States, so it's called Groceries here. I recall it being called something else in other countries. From here, what I do is I just swipe up and I can go and change the color. So let's just go and change this to purple, just to be a little unique. And then what I like to do with this also is add the icon, either the shopping bag or the shopping cart. We're going to go with the shopping cart. So I tap on that. So now we have a nice little unique icon. We can see that it is purple. I just tap on Done, and I've created my grocery list. You're going to see that I have groceries here. Now, the first thing you may notice is we have a little caret there. It's automatically recognizing this as a grocery list. And if we look down towards the bottom left where we add a new reminder, this is what it would say normally in a normal list and a standard list. In this list, being that it's a grocery list, it says new item because we add items to our grocery list. So we can already tell that this is a little bit different than a standard reminder list. But now let's see how this magic works. I'm going to go and add an item. Tap on New Item. I'm going to add oranges. I like oranges. We need some more oranges. When I tap on Done here, watch what happens. What it's going to do is automatically add it to a produce section. Let's go and add eggs. Tap on New Item in the bottom, I type in eggs. Now eggs would go into like the dairy section. Well, when I tap on Done, watch what happens. Dairy, eggs, and cheese. Let's go and add apples. What do you think is going to happen? New item, I add apples. I tap on Done, and when I do, it automatically added it to my produce. Let's go and add steak. Tap on Done, and we can see it added it to meat. We don't have to tap on Done each time. I was basically doing that so you can see the different sections here. But when I add a new item, I can just go and add multiple items, and it'll categorize them as I add them. So let's go and add bread. I hit Return to add another item. I'm going to add cheese. Hit Return. We need sugar. And I need cereal. So we have a few items in there. Now I can tap on Done and watch what happens. We have it all categorized. I'm in the produce section. I can pick up my oranges and apples. I'm in the dairy and eggs and cheese section. I can pick up my eggs and cheese. I swipe up. Meat section, I'm in steak. Breads and cereal. And then baking items is where I can find the sugar. And this is typically how a grocery store will have these different items in these different sections. So that's what's unique about this list. We can easily add the items and it'll categorize them for us automatically. Now, in addition to that, as you mark them off, let's go ahead and mark a few of these off. What you may want to do, I'll show you a few tips here. They're going to disappear. Now you want to add them back. Well, instead of going down to new item and putting them back in there, what we're able to do is view those completed items. And then we can add them back into the list. So we don't have to retype them in. To do that, what we do is we just go up to the More button here. This is the 3 dots. And then what you're going to see here is Show Completed. When I tap on that, it's going to show me all of my completed items, all the stuff that I've purchased. So I need more cheese. All I do is just deselect that. I just tap on the purple dot, and now it's back in my shopping cart. So I can easily check it when I go to the grocery store. I need more cereal. I love cereal. Uncheck it, and we can see that it moved it up towards the top. So now when you go to the grocery store, you can go back up over here to More. If you want to hide those, you just go to Hide Completed, and now you're going to see all the items that you need again. So you don't have to go down to New Item to add items that you've purchased before. You can just go to Show Completed. We also have another view for this. If you don't want to see this in a list, what you can do is you can go up to the 3 dots here, and then you can view them as columns. When I do that, I can just swipe to view all the items. So I'm in the breads and cereal. I'd have all of my breads and cereals here if that was a long list. I'm in produce. I'd see all the produce in this long list. To bring it back to the standard list, that's typically how I will have it. You just go up to the top, you go to View as List, and now you can view it as a list again. Wouldn't it be great if you could share this with someone else, maybe your spouse or partner? Well, we can easily do that. And then when you share it, what they're able to do is add items to it themselves, and it'll show up on your iPhone. So when you go to the grocery store, you can go and pick that up. Or if you go to the grocery store, if you mark something as complete, when they go to the grocery store, they will not see it on there, so then they won't purchase it again. You're sharing that same list. So how do we do that? Well, it's basically just a shared reminder list. So what we do is we just go to Lists here, and then you long press on this, and when you long press on it, what you're able to do is share this list. I just tap on that, and you can go and message it to them, or what you can do is you can email it to them. I just swipe over, and you're going to see I have mail here. However you want to share that list. Once they get that invitation, they'll accept it, and then in their Reminders app, what they're going to see is this groceries list, and it'll be shared by you. So that's basically all you have to do to share a grocery list. And then when that is shared, they'll be able to add items, you'll be able to add items, you can mark off items, they can mark off items. Now let's get a little bit more advanced if you want to. This is all kind of nice that it's in the Reminders app, but wouldn't it be great to have a groceries list icon? You tap on that and it takes you directly to that grocery list. You don't have to go to the Reminders app and then go and tap on groceries. I know that sounds a little bit like, why wouldn't you want to do that? But I'm telling you, when you can add it to your home screen, it just makes it a lot easier. It's almost like it's its own separate app. So how can we do that? Well, it's very simple through the Shortcuts app. The Shortcuts app is an app that allows you to create different shortcuts, and you can get some really complicated shortcuts, but you can also create some really simple ones. This is a very simple shortcut. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to swipe down. This is a separate app made by Apple called Shortcuts. Again, this is a little bit more advanced, but I think if you follow along, you'll really like it. It's really easy. So I just go to Shortcuts. You're going to see I have it up here. Now from here, what I need to do is I just need to create a new shortcut. So I tap on the plus. If you don't see this, what you may be looking at is all of your shortcuts. When I'm looking at all my shortcuts, this is a folder icon. We don't want to create a folder. So what you want to do is you want to make sure when you're looking at this screen here, you want to make sure that you go to all shortcuts. Now what I do is I just tap on the plus. I want to create a new shortcut. Very simple. It's one step. Tap on the plus, and I search for reminders because this is related to reminders. You're going to see I have reminders here. Now, there's a lot of things that we can do with the Reminders app, but we're just looking for one. Remember, I'm trying to keep this real simple. So I tap on Reminders, and then what we want to do is we just want to open up a reminders list. That's all we want to do. When we run this shortcut, we want it to open up the groceries list. So now I just tap on Open Reminders, and I tap on Errands. I don't want it to open up the errands list. What I want it to do is open up the groceries list. So I tap on Groceries. So that's it. That's the only step. Open up the Groceries app. Now what I need to do is I just need to rename it and then add it to my home screen. So how do we do that? Well, we just go up to the top here. That's where we can find the name. I tap on Rename. So I'm just going to call this Groceries. You're going to see that it's selected up there. So let's just call this Groceries. So now I've named it. I tap on Done, and we have the name up here. Now I want to add it to my home screen. This is the last step. So I tap on the little caret right up here, and when I do, you're going to see I have the option to add it to my home screen. Let's go ahead and do that. I can go and change the icon, the color. We're going to keep it as purple, and I'm going to go with a shopping cart. So I just swipe up here until I find the shopping cart. We have a lot of different icons here, so maybe what I'll do is I'll just search. So then I'm not spending time looking for it. You don't have to watch me look for it. There's a shopping cart. I tap on that. And now I just tap on Add. And when I do, it's going to add it to my home screen. So it's almost like I have a separate app for the grocery list now. So when I tap on that, what it's going to do is it's going to open up the Reminders app and take me to the grocery list. So let's say I use the Reminders app for other things. I'm looking at my schedule here, figuring out what I got to do today. Now I go back to my home screen. I'm going to go shopping. I need to look at my grocery list. What do? I tap on that. And when I do, it takes me immediately over to the grocery list. So that's what's nice about that shortcut, a single step. We add one step, open up the list to groceries, we rename it, and then we add it to the home screen, all done within the Shortcuts app. And when you do that, you're going to have this nice little trick here to open up your grocery list. So that's the grocery list within the Reminders app. It's a special list. Basically, what we have to do is just go and create a new list, and then we make sure the type is a grocery list. When we do that, basically what it'll do is it'll automatically section or categorize our different items in our grocery list. And then from there, what we're also able to do is share it with others, and we can also add it to our home screen by just creating a single step shortcut. So that is the grocery list within the Reminders app on the iPhone. Now, if you found this video helpful, what you may want to do is like the video. You can share it with your friends and family. You can subscribe to my channel. In addition to that, what you may want to do is check out danstutorials.com. Not only do I have more videos there, but I also have an AI assistant modeled after an Apple Genius, and I have or host classes and webinars on a regular basis. So how can you help support my efforts in creating these videos? Well, it is a membership-based site. When you become a member, what I'll do for you is I'll take out all of the ads from the videos. You also have access to that AI assistant modeled after an Apple Genius, and you have access to my classes and webinars. You're also helping support a small business. It is just me. I'm not part of some large organization. So when you become a member, you are directly supporting my efforts in creating these videos. Check out danstutorials.com for more information, and thanks for watching.